Halo.
They said
That's what I want to know
They
about.
said
What about Halo?
Hello and welcome to the TidBit Cast, the place where we bring our topics and talk about them and you listen. I am Colm. This is
David.
This is
Gary.
I like the way you all got into it there. I really appreciate that. So, as I said, we all bring our own topics each week to discuss them, and we're gonna talk about Gary's topic.
Gary's topic?
Yeah, what do you got to say to me?
So nervous.
What is it?
What do you want to say to me?
I want to talk about, because I recently, Black Friday.
You want to talk about Black Friday? Right.
So,
It's the best holiday every year.
it's not that. It's what came about because of it.
Saturday.
Something
Black Saturday.
piece of shit. But I actually got this on Cyber Monday.
So you're just chatting shit.
Something beautiful happened, and I finally did it for the first time since 2006.
I want to really burst the bubble and just break the.
Yeah, just say it.
The,
I got a PlayStation Slim. PlayStation 4. I just realised I didn't say which one. I got a PlayStation 4 Slim with Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I got God of War and Spider-Man. So I just got 3 of nominated Game of the Year in one day, and oh my god,
Was it a good day?
I'm so happy. Because I'm finally able to play all these exclusive games that I was never able to play.
You can finally play good games.
And now that I
It took a while to set in.
they're good games on every platform.
yes.
I
Good.
just had to say that.
Not on the Switch.
Just had to say it.
Switch is junk.
I'm not going to get distracted, okay?
Fuck the Switch.
So... So, now that I finally have that, I want to talk about the console wars.
Again.
Deja vu.
And this also makes me want to talk about it, because a recent story came out. And this recent story...
What was this recent story?
So the recent story about Xbox One X selling phenomenally and possibly even doing better than the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Well, that's hyperbole, but
It's just a lie.
Because obviously they have more of a...
but haven't they not disclosed their figures?
They've not disclosed their figures, but all they've said is...
Wait,
that
what?
Then, how do you know?
Well, that... Okay,
'Cause they said it.
I'm going to pull up this article.
Because someone else said it. You believe it, Gary? Here at TidBit, we check our facts, and if the facts don't line up, we make up our facts.
Yeah.
So, where did you get this fact?
Did you
from?
make it up?
Are you just saying this so we all go out and buy Xbox Ones?
Because I'm not going to do that.
No, I'd never do that.
Because
I
look
never-
what's in this room, Gary. He pointed to an Xbox One.
Thank you.
You're one of them.
Well, people with money.
People who are on both sides. People who are indecisive.
Actually, that's actually not even mine. I've never actually played it.
Okay, good.
I call them the 1%.
It's mine, Buddha. My brother's.
Right, so I got rid of the article that I read just before.
You got rid of it.
So,
So you
But this
destroyed
bit-
the evidence.
Right,
this proof doesn't exist.
I didn't, but I'm going on to Reset Area to, kind of confirm. So, never mind.
Okay. So Gary made up some facts.
I made it.
But they're selling phenomenally, is the point. And I saw it in a bunch of other ones, but at this time I don't want to get into it. But I saw a bunch of other articles also saying the same thing, and it was at a few different news sites. We're also reporting on it.
Xbox.com.
Stuff like GameSpot, stuff like Polygon, stuff like Reset Era, and also like GameIndustry.biz. We're all doing stories about this.
But did Kotaku say it?
I don't... Probably. Because this is big news in terms that they're not going to catch up to them, but they're giving Sony a run for their money.
Wait, I thought you just said they're doing better.
No, they're selling
Not
better
overall.
right now.
Okay.
Right now, the Xbox One X,
Yeah.
as in like the halfway mid-generation step up from
the
that
top
is
is
doing...
the top one they have at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you see that this generation, the Xbox One and PS4.
This
but then
this Xbox has the highest power level out of any console.
Is it over 9,000?
Yes.
it's
Okay.
got more teraflops.
No.
That is-
You have to speak to him in Dragon Ball Z terms. This
Is it as good as Krillin?
It is as good as Goku at the end of the Saiyan arc.
Right now...
No Super Saiyan 4.
Okay, how about this? Right now, it's Zen-Osama.
No, it's good.
Who's that?
That's bullshit, but okay.
Ooh, right now... That's PC.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how is PC selling at the moment?
How's PC? Well,
Eternally well.
Eternally well. There's like, 2 billion PCs?
Yeah, I think there's more PCs than people in the world at this point.
So it's doing okay.
Yeah. So it's doing well. But anyway, Xbox One X is selling phenomenally, which is kind of surprising because this is the first time Xbox have really been commenting on their numbers.
Do you think it's because everyone's played everything on the PS4 and they're like, I suppose I'll give the other one a go?
They still have PS4s, so it's playing Xbox as well.
I think part of it also is the marketing of it, because when they came out with this, they just said, oh, this is the Xbox One X, and he straight away leaned into 40% more powerful than the most powerful console in the market, which at that time was PS4 Pro, Sony's most powerful console, and this is 40% more powerful.
Does
and
that mean that the Switch is incredibly weak?
I think it is.
Compared to
Like,
them, yeah.
And no one
Yamcha
buys
weak.
it. Yeah.
Yamcha weak.
That's
Yeah,
weak.
it's
weak.
definitely not as powerful as that, which it doesn't have to be, because you can bring it with you on the train, and it's the size of a tab.
You can bring
Smaller
Yamcha on the train.
Smaller than
Still
a
on
tablet.
there.
I bring an Xbox One on that train.
Yeah.
It is a phone that can play Wolfenstein 2 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Gary, this isn't a publicity stunt about Nintendo, okay?
I'm so like boiling inside.
Can you play Spider-Man on it?
Yes.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Not the new one.
If they tried, they could.
They
could put it on it.
That does not fit in
They
there.
could put it on it. You can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on a Chrome browser. You are able to play Spider-Man on the Switch.
Google machine.
Nah.
The Google machine that which by the way,
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
I prophesized.
Yes.
Wait, is it coming?
I coined the name, though.
I will hit you.
Wait, is it coming? The Google machine?
The Google machine has already happened.
Okay, mister.
Well, no, not the actual like dedicated machine to that, apart from the Chromecast and shit. But you know, Google Chrome, you're able to play games on it. David, I have to talk to you about this after.
Yeah.
We're not getting into this now.
No,
Anyway,
because Gary will just spend hours just talking about this.
yes, I will. So the PlayStation 4 Pro seems to not be doing incredibly well compared to Xbox One X, because it's been doing phenomenally, because this is the first time Xbox has really commented on their figures.
But
Yes.
but
Yeah, I know.
the reason they're doing so well is because they're doing so bad. It's comparative. If something's doing incredibly badly and then suddenly it does start actually picking up, by virtue, if I sell 1,000 consoles and then suddenly I start selling like 3,000 more, that's great.
Yeah.
But if the PS4 has already sold like 10,000 consoles and they only sell like 1,000 more, that's still better. Like the margin of improvement doesn't necessarily equate to profit.
No,
Yeah.
but I think it's actually selling a little better in terms of like the actual, because even recently you saw Red Dead. It is like very striking. Anybody who has seen the differences said, or even played either, the difference between the two is night and day between the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. You notice the difference straight away. That it is just a better console to play that
you
game
need
on.
a smart TV, and that's the annoying thing.
Yeah, so that's why I got a PS4, regular.
Slim.
I got Slim, which is the same
I
power.
went to the gym.
So yeah,
Lean.
It got lean. It's the lean version.
Shredded.
So I got that, and I think it looks awesome. And I had no reason to get a PS4 Pro because my television's not like fantastic 4K
Good.
TV. Yeah,
Not
it's
good.
good. It's not fantastic. It's not.
Adequate.
So you're part of the problem.
How do you mean?
If you bought a PS4 Pro, that would have helped in the war against Xbox.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
But it doesn't make a difference because I guarantee all these people with Xbox One X's already have PS4s.
But I also know a bunch of people. Oh, also it did not. Even like the price difference as well, which the price difference between the PS4 and the Xbox One is like big. To be able to buy, like my brother got the Xbox instead of a PS4. We don't have a PS4, so we've had an Xbox One at home for a while. He went straight to Xbox.
Traitor.
I only went to PS4 because I'm doing it because of my reasons, which is that I can play some of the games of the year because they're more exclusives.
And Gary
My
can play
brother
Red
just-
Dead Redemption with me.
Yeah, so now I can play those games. But that's because I was going for those specific games because I wasn't able to and they're locked off to me. And the Xbox is eventually going to be putting their stuff on the Microsoft Store from PC. So then I'll be able to play Crackdown and those other games exclusive. But Phil Spencer recently said that, Colm, that's why. And this is going off like
Find the article, yeah?
yeah, find the article, dude. But
No, we meant you.
Yeah.
I'll send you it afterwards. But
If you can find it.
you can look up this article Phil Spencer recently, which I believe it was at Inside Xbox at that event that happened, which we talked about a few weeks ago. He said that they're going to be doing Microsoft Store and updating it, and so everything that's on. So, for example, right
Halo.
now I can pre-order Crackdown
Halo.
3. I can pre-order Crackdown 3.
Halo.
They said
That's what I want to know
They
about.
said
What
they're
about Halo?
Do you know what this is it? They've said they're bringing Xbox Game Pass to Microsoft, which means they're bringing exclusives, which means yes, Halo.
You could have just said yes, Halo.
That's all I wanted.
That's not the most important one. I can pre-order Crackdown 3 right now. I checked this and
Can I?
I can buy it on my PC.
I'll let you.
You can buy it on the PC right now.
I do have a good PC.
So it means that you can buy Xbox products on your PC.
Microsoft products.
Yeah. But Xbox Game Studios.
Yes.
Which
makes
that is
the
all-
Xbox irrelevant now.
But that's also an avenue that Xbox will have to go down. Well, the thing is that Microsoft is a company.
There.
Xbox is a part
This
of
is
it.
true.
So if they can merge the two parts of it, it's better for both sides, and it's better for them as a company. PS4 do not have that. They
I'm
can't do
being
it.
deliberately antagonistic.
But
Yes,
they
I
have
know.
Spider-Man.
They do have Spider-Man.
What do you think of Spider-Man?
For the moment. Console exclusivity is not a
Good
thing
lad.
that is always there. In a few years, or maybe like at some point, we might get Spider-Man on Xbox.
What do you think of Spider-Man?
Blasphemy.
Okay?
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So far it's fun. I've only played a few hours, but it's nice to... the swinging is too simple. I have my issues...
What else do you want to do?
I have my issues with it. They could have done it better, and other Spider-Man games have done it better.
they?
Not Spider-Man 2.
Then what one's done it
That
better?
was our... I would say Spider-Man Web of Shadows, and there was another Spider-Man game that did it well. Because in one of them... in one of the Spider-Man games... This is a tangent, but in one of the Spider-Man games, you were able to... Every time you press the button, it would switch from left arm, right arm, left arm,
Yeah.
right arm.
That was
Which...
Spider-Man 3, I think, or Amazing Spider-Man.
But that made it a little more complicated because you actually, try and decide positionally where you were, which actually added a layer to the swinging. And this one is too simple. Another one also did a thing where every time you swing on it, every time you hit a building, where the building was, you have to swing towards that way because gravity hits you towards that.
Yeah, it's gravity.
That's what Spider-Man does.
Yeah,
In this
gravity.
one, no, it's way too smooth. These angles make no sense in the real world. I'm just saying.
I think they do.
I'm just saying. It feels good, but I'm able to go in a straight line down a street,
Yeah.
and fairly easily.
Yeah.
If you had powers, you could.
Yeah, but what I mean is that
you don't understand physics the way.
but what I mean is that
he's a
the other
scientist.
ones
Your name isn't Peter.
the other ones make it more interesting, and it makes you feel like you're more in
But
control.
it makes it more difficult, and it's so much more
I know.
difficult to traverse
I know.
a giant map.
I
if
know.
you're going,
What I'm
"Left,
saying
right."
is that it gives the player more control. This one is taking away the control in favor of more streamlining it. To make it simple.
I like swinging.
Yeah.
Swinging is very fun.
And so do I. And I just think, in my opinion, playing the game, it could obviously be done where you have more control over it. But they decided not to do that because they wanted to have that feeling of people feeling like, oh, it's so smooth.
Like Spider-Man.
I get what you mean,
Like this version of Spider-Man.
but I think your opinion is just incorrect.
I think I'm seeing it your way, and also I'm commending that game and what it does, and I think you're just being
Nah,
assholes to
but the swinging though.
You're just being assholes to me.
Sorry, did
Well,
I
it's
not say
fun.
I'm being deliberately antagonistic?
Yeah, but he's being mean.
I just like swinging. I am Spider-Man.
So Xbox One X is doing very well.
Remember when you had a Spider-Man suit?
I do.
Yeah.
Someone we know didn't give it back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
Uh, Do you think, in the next console war, what's going to happen?
Do you think? What do you think is going to happen? I think.
How do you think between the two of them, especially like
What
recent
do you,
news?
are you saying? Do I think that hubris is going to come into it again, and the PlayStation is going to be knocked down a peg?
There's never been a generation when hubris has not been the defining factor.
Except for PlayStation to PlayStation 2.
I am looking
Well,
forward to the new...
there wasn't anybody against them.
Xbox.
Xbox was there, and it did incredibly well against them.
Yeah.
Because
it was good.
It came out afterwards.
Yeah.
It came out midway through, and it did very well. But it didn't do as much compared to PS2, obviously, because they were coming in halfway through the second console of an already established now franchise of consoles. And then they came out with the Xbox 360 a year before the PlayStation 3, and they decided to wait on it. And what happened? Xbox destroyed them that generation because they had the online capabilities that PlayStation didn't have. And when they finally came out the PS3, they thought all the people would wait because they were the leader in the last generation. They were the market leader, and then what happened? They lost the market leader position. Why? Because they waited a year because they got comfortable and because of their own hubris.
They're not lazy.
And also their console wasn't up to scratch when it was released.
Yeah. They
Caught
had
with their pants down.
a lot of problems, and maybe they even rushed it, even though it came a year afterwards, but they weren't ready, and they didn't expect Xbox to come out a year beforehand, out of nowhere.
When is the new GameCube coming out?
Oh,
I swear.
there's my GameCube over there. Yeah.
Dude, that thing could take out a person. Like, you just smack him over the head and
Yeah,
it'll
you
be fine.
definitely.
Yeah.
That thing will fall.
Portable. It has a handle on it.
Yeah, bring it on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's portable. That's like Switch 0.1.
It's a bit better, to be honest.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of portability, and then also the Wii U being that.
Wii U.
Wii U was a prototype.
What about the PSP?
The Vita.
No, original.
PSP,
That was portable.
that's only gone into it. They tried Vita, and then they did a revision of the Vita.
What
by
about
taking
laptops? Hey?
Mobile phones.
the original Switch.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, pagers are the original Switch.
No.
Yeah, they are. I can see that.
All they
They
did was
inspired
show
it.
numbers and text. Like,
Portably.
Yeah. On the bus.
couldn't play Breath of the Wild.
No, because of GameCube.
Yeah. Ow.
No, I didn't hit you.
Yeah, I can say what I want. So, this Xbox One X is selling really well, and the console war is, as always, just continuing.
So how do you think the next
Without
generation is going to
control.
come?
How do I think they're going to come?
How do you think it's going to go forward from this?
I don't know. I don't know.
PS4's going to win. That's it.
Well,
PS5.
Yeah, no.
PSV.
PS4 has one.
There is no competition. At this point, yes, the Xbox can sell better than the PS4 at this point, but it's not going to sell the best.
Consistently, yeah.
You're the
Yeah,
best.
over the next few months, it can sell better and better, especially because it, for example, when they had the Black Friday and Cyber Monday, or even now, you can get, no matter what happened, it was at least 50 to €100 cheaper to get the Xbox.
Really, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
you have to undercut to make the losses.
because my brother got it with Game Pass, and he got a few games with it. I got one game with it was obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 at the same time, but he got the game with it, he got Game Pass, and he got the Xbox for 200, and I got mine for 250 with Red Dead Redemption, and he got one with larger hard drive.
Yarr.
Yeah, larger. So yeah, their deal is better for a console. The only reason I went with PlayStation is
Well,
because
when we
I
were
can't.
talking-
The only reason I went with PlayStation is because those games I can't play on other consoles because they have those exclusives, and that's the only reason I went with them over Xbox.
But they'll be on the Switch soon.
But this is literally just stuff that, like, months ago we were saying, oh, well, you can see how badly Xbox is doing because their prices are so low and they're obviously not selling.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden we're saying, oh, well, they're so cheap that it's great.
Everyone's buying them.
Everyone's buying them.
Yeah, but I already said as well months ago, next generation Xbox seem like they're going to do it. They're going to sell better than the PlayStation.
Man, I'm making a prediction. Chrome.
That'll be the winner.
I am making a prediction that Google Chrome.
Because there's also another thing which I don't think I've mentioned on this podcast yet.
And that is?
That's the discless Xbox One.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The discless Xbox One, and also the idea of Xbox Scarlet, that project, which is factoring into this, which David obviously doesn't know anything about. So Xbox,
It's kind of red.
Xbox Scarlet is the the project code name for whatever this is, of having rumored, but it's kind of one of those things where it's rumored but it's happening. We just don't know what the exact product is, but that's going to be a cloud service, and that Xbox is going to come out with 2 different consoles.
Okay.
One of them is going to be a streaming box, possibly, and it's going to be it's going to be an Xbox streaming, and it's going to be cheaper. And the other one is going to be, as you'd imagine, which is a more powerful version that's able to play those games. But the idea is that maybe next year, the recent rumors coming out, which may be the Scarlet that they're talking about, which is the next thing, which may be coming out at the end of next year, a discless Xbox One, which will be coming out at about...
Xbox One or next gen?
Xbox One.
Okay.
And this is Xbox One, or probably not next gen, but if it is, it's going to be something simple. Because One is next gen at this point. We've almost hit the limit on what we can do with this
Xbox
console.
2.
No, as in like actual like graphical fidelity. Like at this point, we are just getting more details, but we're not getting more. If you get what I mean.
A completely new console from the ground up.
Yeah.
That's the next generation.
That's the thing. Now we're seeing.
Which they're working on.
Like,
That's what I mean, is that they're now splintering rather than just what's the most
like
powerful.
all these consoles, like if they're gonna move on to the next generation, they all have to have solid state drives. They have to, because that's the only way to run games now. Because load times, like even on Red Dead Redemption, just
that's what we're getting into now. It's less about what is the most powerful console, and now
ease of access and instantaneous gratification.
it's now turning into it's turning into what is actually just kind of splintering off into these groups, and they can have their thing, the war against each other, but like Xbox, it seems like they're going down a diskless Xbox One, because the thing they said they're going to be taking down the price an extra $100
Okay.
by just getting rid of the disk drive.
And what's it at the
Because that
moment?
is one of the most expensive things that goes into these consoles.
What is it at the moment?
At the moment, you can get it for about $200.
So down to 100.
That's how much the PlayStation 1
Yeah.
is
okay.
costing when it's coming out now.
So the new Xbox One will be doing that, but it will be streaming and digital. But they said is that you can bring it into partnered stores, and you can bring your discs in,
And they'll...
and they'll exchange it for a digital code.
Okay.
For a certain amount of money.
Probably.
Free.
Yeah, you sure?
Free.
Because it means that it will also support that console.
Then-
A new idea for a
Then
new
what
console.
happens to these discs that get sold to people who would?
Resold.
I don't know. This is just what's been said.
There has to
again,
be,
until
this
it's
has to be easy to scam.
These are things which we'll find out months leading up to it, or as it comes out. We'll be finding out people saying this kind of stuff. But this is a nice idea for people to make it accessible, which Xbox have been doing way more than Sony in the last 5 years. They're way more accessible, which, yes, I know you... GameStop. Oh, those shops have been dying for a while now.
No,
Yeah.
This is
The last push.
This is
No,
it.
they have been dying for almost 10 years now. Since digital started getting big,
Yes.
which they actually had a thing, they had a kind of boycott.
They had a protest like
Where they said, when at the last time, which is that digital started getting big, so they said the physical goods will actually be more expensive. So they all said, well, okay, we just won't buy your stuff if you're going to make the digital versions cheaper. Because you don't have to pay for the disc, you don't have to pay for the plastic, you don't have to pay for the packaging and distribution, and the cost of transport, or the workers to sell it, or the retails. So it means that, okay, we just won't buy your product so nobody can get the physical version, which is making up about 70% of your sales anyway, because digital is still not as big as it was. So they went, oh, okay.
let's make a new console.
It's been a while now, and now Black Friday, a third of all the sales were all digital.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, physical is starting to lose its thing, and mom and grab shops.
This is the death of Blockbuster again.
2.0.
Yeah.
They're like little mom and pop shops, like the ones that are like selling stuff, like as in like like the small
Family
stores.
run game
Yeah.
shops.
The family run like the little stores that are selling little knickknacks and stuff like that, and extra things, and they're selling those games. Those have all fizzled out in terms of games, apart from like my pre-owned games from back then.
Yeah.
Well,
Apart
do you
from
know
that,
what they could do to keep relevant? They could, instead of having copies, they could have cards with redeem codes on them, and then that if someone buys it in the store, they get the game.
But that's
But
been
they can
changing.
just buy it online the same way.
True, but some people don't want to actually
Because-
buy things online. They want to.
Again, I don't know if you heard about the story, but this was a few months ago. Why this is also changing is that Red Dead Redemption 2 said it's not going to give any of its physical products to anybody that isn't a company.
Fair enough.
What do you mean exactly?
Like they're
So
not going
they-
to give it to
they're not just-
Maureen's shop down
Okay.
They're not
okay.
going to give it to a distributor to do it. They're picking and choosing they're picking and choosing the retailers, not
Yeah.
the distributors.
Okay.
Because usually they would give it to the distributors, and the distributors would put it off to different places or who would
distribute it.
buy it in bulk.
They do their
But
job.
now they're just. But now they said that we're not going to be giving it to small family-run stores. We're only going to give it to large chains. Like we're only going to give it to, in America, the Blockbusters, the Walmarts, the GameStops.
Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my God, you're right. What was I thinking
That
of?
was my
Yeah, the point.
Oh, Best Buy. Sorry, Best
Yeah.
Buy, Walmart, over here, the GameStops. It's the only people who they're going to be giving these to. which, unless they're a chain, they're not going to be given those games, and they didn't. And it meant that, for example, there was this one guy in America who spent up like 2,000, or I want to say maybe 20,000, 2 years ago, is preparing for Red Dead 2 because he said it's going to be a big game when it comes out. So when it does eventually come out, I'm going to buy all this merchandise, all this advertising for it, and he did. He got all of it.
Yeah.
And then they said, we're not going to give it to any family-run stores. And literally, it was like a month or 2 months before the game came out, and the dude was like, this has ruined my business.
Fucked him.
I've spent so much on this, so much on all this advertising and all this merchandise and all these things to put outside my store for it. It screwed me. I spent thousands on this, and it's all wasted because I can't even sell this game.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's terrible. And so it means, is that the start of digital?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, the start of digital came a while ago, but I mean, like, actually making a push. This is making a push, which it makes sense that Rockstar would do that because they had so much, bad things happening last time when GTA 5 came out, that there were, like, leaked versions of the game coming up, because if you give it to anybody who will buy it, you're gonna get now people, like, even now, Super Smash Brothers. There's, like, in Mexico I want to say almost a week ago, a version came out of it. And
oh, really?
There is a leaked version of
Physical
this game
copy.
that people
because
can buy.
because it was a physical copy.
Because you had that Spider-Man a week before Spider-Man came out. It was there in Walmart, and you saw people sending pictures, wrapped up cases of the game in the back of it, and it said, "Do not sell until this date." And it was a week before the game came out. So you had copies of this game which were out because, it fell off the back of the truck or whatever. But you had people playing this game a week before it was actually supposed to sell, because these companies get it weeks before.
Companies
They have to have it stocked.
So they have it stocked. So it's already kind of happening with the physical version, not even...
They're getting very annoyed by it, I suppose.
Yeah, they're just putting out the physical version of it. And that's it.
But they kind of have to be ready for that. They kind of have to know it will get leaked somewhere. Some copies will get sold somewhere.
But it can't get leaked if it's digital.
They're not treating it.
Or it's actually, it's very difficult to leak.
They're not treating it as their priority, and now with Rockstar choosing that, we're not going to give it to everybody, we're going to give it to select people, it's kind of like telling for it getting closer and closer.
To the end, yeah.
And how these consoles are changing, and the console wars, if they're even going to be console war anymore, or whether it's just going to be, because since between last year and this year, the spending of games has gone up 77%, I believe.
Really?
Like, just on people buying software for games.
Is that because the price of games have gone up? Or
No, it's because games are becoming more popular year after year.
Yeah.
And so people are just buying more. So
It's a movie industry.
yeah, it is the fastest growing industry in the 21st century.
Yes.
That's just true. It's the fastest growing entertainment industry, and it is the film of the 1900s. Gaming is now that.
Yes.
It is going to
What
be
a time to be alive,
the
gentlemen.
most successful entertainment industry is going to be gaming in the 21st century.
Think so, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, because
What
of
date?
all
Short of us getting holodecks.
Yeah.
an example being the most successful entertainment product is GTA 5.
Yeah.
It is now the most successful entertainment product out of all games, films, music, books. GTA 5.
It's made the most money.
GTA 5 is the most successful. So, the games have already gotten to the most successful. A single game. And that's just telling that I was right. All along.
I knew it from the start.
Thank you for listening to the TidBit Cast.
Yeah, so that's that. Obviously, you're listening to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on anything else you're listening to us on. Now, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, so if you could give us a like, you could follow us on those, we'd really appreciate it. If you do want to get in contact with us, you can talk to us at talktotidbit@gmail.com, which is, someone can repeat it if they want.
talktotidbit@gmail.com.
We will reply to you, eventually. And we're also on YouTube as well, so we're going to be making a big push on YouTube in the next few weeks, so if you can like and subscribe on there, we'd really appreciate it as well. It'll make things go a lot smoother for us.
If you've listened up to this point, thank you.
If you're still listening to us,
Cheers.
thank you. If you're not listening to us,
Fuck you.
you can't hear me talk,
You
so
won't-
it doesn't
you
make a
won't-
difference.
you won't
Fuck
even know
PC.
if you insult them. If you
Yeah.
insult them, no
Ah,
idea.
I wouldn't even know.
You're missing out, you don't even know it.
Yeah. Fight me. Right. Goodbye.
Later.
See ya, bro.